Okay, welcome to the Future of Project Management, and this is Samir Penkar again. I am with Dickinson, Agyapong, Bempa, and I hope I pronounce it correctly.
Yes.
I'm in Ghana with him, and let's talk to him a little bit about project management in Ghana. So Dickinson, thank you so much for doing the interview.
Thank you, Samir.
Thank you. You started the PMI Ghana chapter here, I believe, 6 months ago.
Yeah, back in 2011.
2011, and it's just one of the 3 PMI chapters in Africa, in the whole of Africa.
Yes, that's right.
And how is the response in Ghana? Can you share some of the activities that the chapter is doing so far?
Yeah, I must say that it's been very interesting and quite encouraging, looking at the fact that from 2011 July, which is barely 8 months that the chapter has been formed, we just hit our 100th member milestone.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that is very encouraging, something that we actually projected our annual membership or first year membership to be 100, and we hit that 100th mark 8 months down the line. So so far as KPI metric is concerned, I think we have achieved that KPI.
That's
so
good.
it does also show the strong interest in project management so far as the Ghanaian community is concerned. So yes, apart from our membership, we do organize monthly chapter meetings. We do organize career programs just to help our members grow their career. We do scout and look for job opportunities for our members, and we organize recruitment sessions for our members to be able to link up with potential employers. So apart from our chapter monthly activities where we get to know more each other, network and share fellowship with each other, get to know about what businesses others are doing, we also provide these career membership services as well. So in all, the chapter really looks at providing membership value.
Yeah, and for such a small chapter, I think you're doing a lot of activities, and there is great response. And I met some of the people, and great. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
In Ghana, there are some unique challenges, especially related to project management. Can you talk a little bit about the unique challenges for project management in Ghana?
Yes, the first one I would like to talk about is basically the awareness about project management. Unlike the traditional roles or units within every organization, like HR, like finance, like marketing or sales, project management has not yet been viewed as a profession on its own, because there is very little awareness about project management. I mean, if you pick up about 10 people, you sample 10 people across the business industry, and you ask them what is project management, or do you know about project management, probably you have only 1 or 2 people telling you, oh, they've heard something about project management, but they don't really know what project management is. So the awareness is one key challenge, that we have in Ghana about project management. So the fact that the government does not know much about project management. When I say the government, I don't mean any specific government arm, but in terms of a unified body as government, we do not have any clear strategy in terms of methodologies or approach to managing projects. Yeah, so that is one. We also have some challenge across the corporate sector, as in how to implement projects, because the corporate sector really run projects, but they make use of functional managers to run projects. It has just been the last couple of years that corporate organizations have begun to realize the value of project management. Even these ones are coming from the multinationals, the few multinationals in Ghana who are beginning to introduce project management concept, but traditionally it's not really a well-known concept to our businesses here. And also at the individual level, probably that level, the awareness is quite greater about project management at the individual level, because there are a lot of people who are now interested in or getting interested in certifications, and there are all kinds of growing project management programs around and that stuff. But at the organizational government level, the awareness about project management is very, very low, and it is a big challenge, because when you do not know about a subject, it then becomes difficult to you kind of be walking in the dark. With your eyes open. Your eyes are open, right? But you are still walking in the dark, and it becomes, a bit difficult to run projects and run them successfully. So awareness is a key thing. It's a major challenge.
And formation of your PMI Ghana chapter and all the activities that you are doing, that will help in the awareness, and gradually people will understand what project management is and embrace it, and projects will get better and better.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, sure.
This year you are planning the first ever project management conference in Ghana.
Yeah.
So what is your vision for this conference?
Well, our vision for this conference is to be able to primarily focus on the awareness again as a challenge that we're trying to deal with. So with the conference, we are looking at targeting three main areas. We are looking at the government level, we are looking at the organizational level, we are looking at the individual level, and we are also targeting specific people within these industries. We are more looking at practitioners and business leaders and government functionaries or government politicians, let's say, in general. So these are the people that we would want to engage and have them to understand the value of project management and how project management could bring success to whatever they are doing. Because an election is a project. Making use of or implementing infrastructure in your country, development, all these things are a lot of projects that we are all doing. So once we create the awareness about the right processes and the right framework to use to be able to implement these major or high capex projects, it will go a long way to continue to help to fulfill the Better Ghana agenda. The Better Ghana agenda is the vision that has been set by the government, to be able to develop Ghana or get Ghana to a middle income status country by 2020. So 2020 is just 8 years down the line, so we're just trying to see how best we can help to be able to achieve the developmental goals of Ghana, which is indeed the theme for the chapter for the next couple of years, achieving Ghana's developmental goals through project management.
Yeah, and it's a very noble goal, it's a very patriotic goal, and it's a very ambitious goal. And I wish you all the best for this conference and for all the future years that you're going to do this conference. And one last question I have is, for the international community who's watching this interview, project managers, business leaders, consultants, experts who are watching this interview, and for the international community in general, if they want to do business in Ghana, do you have any advice for them?
Yes, I think for any sector that a particular person, individual, organization, or whoever wants to do business in, you would first of all need to have a lot of information about what kind of sector you would want to go into, whether you come into Africa or to come into Ghana, for that matter. Having information, local information, I'm not talking about internet information or any other information because I always say that information in Africa should be first-hand. That is the best way to get information. When you sit back there in the West or in Europe or somewhere and you try to gather information through internet means or other search engines or whatever, yes, you may be able to glean something, but you'll be shocked the vast difference that exists between what you read on the internet and what you saw on the ground. Probably, I'm sure a lot of people think that in Africa people are sitting on trees, there are no roads, there's nothing, because of the kind of sort of images that you know,
Correct.
the media, the Western media portray about Africa. So they probably don't even think that we have internet, or we even have air conditioning, so we ride in SUVs and stuff like that. Yeah. So when you come to Africa and you come to see what is on the ground, you have a whole, you know, different perspective about what really. So looking at it from that perspective, I always say that when you want to enter into any kind of business in Africa or Ghana for that matter, you'd always need to get the right information, get the first-hand information about that particular sector, about that particular business. How is that particular sector in Africa or in Ghana? How is it performing? Not something that you read from the net, or necessarily read for the net, or you get second-hand or third-hand information from one. Take a trip to Ghana, take a trip to Africa, and get the local business people. That is, you're actually fetching the information or trying to get the relevant information right from the people who are at the helm of affairs, or the people who are actually engaged in that particular industry. And then you are able to glean the right information and gather the right information for your business. But more often than not, what I see a lot of people in the international community do is they sit on the net, they Google, the MSN, the Yahoo, you know, and they gather all this information, and they prepare business plans, and you know, a lot of business plans don't work in Africa. The reason is that Africa has different challenges. Africa has different, you know, opportunities, and it is those who are able to understand the local market, understand the kind of business they want to do, understand the culture, understand the people, understand, you know, these, you know, intrinsic elements. Those are the people who are able to really draft the right strategies and the right, you know, approaches to whatever business they intend to do, and that is what really begin to deliver business results. So I would say that for the international community, you need to have first-hand information. You need to be able to prepare the right business approach or strategy or plans based on first-hand information, and you also need to be able to be dynamic as well, able to adapt your business to the environment and to the culture of the people, because if you do not adapt, you're going to have problems as well. There's not much use of credit cards and, you know, online payment systems and that kind of stuff. For example, in Africa, so if your business model deals with those kind of stuff, then you may have certain challenges, you know. But I'm not saying that, this is just an example, I'm not saying that these are challenges that you cannot overcome. Yes, you have to overcome, but then having the first-hand information that these challenges exist would help you to be able to know how to put in the right, you know, mitigating measures that are going to, you know, put in place to help make you successful in doing business in Ghana for that matter. So that's just what I can say about that.
Yeah, that's very, very informative, and I'm sure those who are listening will listen to what you're saying, and those who want to do business in Ghana will heed to your advice of how to understand the local culture, local information. And I wish you all the best. I wish PMI Ghana the best, you personally, everyone who is involved here. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.